Welcome back to First Look, right here in Antigua Barbuda today. On this Monday morning, we're continuing our interview sessions this morning. We're speaking now to Trevaun Solomon. He's CEO of Project Jaguar, doing big things across the educational landscape in this country and farther afield. We're going to find out about those right now. Trevaun, good morning, and thank you for joining us, as usual.
Thanks for having me, as usual, yes.
All right, so you've been here quite often, ever since you blew up, so to speak, on the regional scale by coming second in the OECS Sustainable Model competition. Talk to us about what you've been doing locally in education, through Project Jaguar, of course.
So locally, we've been really trying to just lower the cost of education. So we've been doing since last year, September. And we're just really excited to see the amount of support we've gotten in Antigua. We've been able to work with Observer to run ads. We've been able to work with local businesses to open up payment locations so that even persons that don't have a credit or debit card can take part in the online courses. Saves them time, saves them money. We're constantly trying to just get the price down. So it's something that we've been working on for a long time and just trying to perfect.
And just introduce the folks at home to the core of what you do. What's your core business in terms of what Project Jaguar does?
Our core business is to allow a platform where teachers can teach completely online and have their own source of income. That's the core of what we do. But what we've realized is because our technology is so cheap to maintain, we could offer our own tutoring as well. Not to compete with those teachers, but just to show how much power that platform really holds. So that's something that is more of a proof of concept, really, that we've been able to build for ourselves over the past few months. And that has also allowed us to go into teacher training. What we've done over the past few months is I've partnered up with a former Harvard instructor, John Bauer. Should really invite him here. He helped me he helped the company create a curriculum for training called Response to Intervention. It helps students catch up without feeling that they're being crammed with a lot of work. But it requires a specific amount of a skill set, essentially, that is not usually taught. So we curated a curriculum and we launched it. We taught a number of primary schools, Freetown Primary. The others aren't coming to mind. Buckley's Primary, for example. We did a training session with Clare Hall Secondary just a few weeks ago. And we're expanding into Jamaica with that as well.
Talk about expanding. As you've been doing work all across the region. Talk to us about that. You've been in St. Kitts, going to Jamaica. Talk to us about what you've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, so we wanted to replicate the model we've built here in Antigua. Also, we wanted to empower local businesses that I would have known prior to maybe a year or two ago. So in Trinidad, for example, we partnered with a printery called Native Caribbean Foundation. They've been very helpful. And on screen, that's actually their office that is operating. So they allow us to collect payments through their office. So persons that don't have a credit or debit card, same thing. In Trinidad, they can go to that office, pay, get more information on any of the services that we provide. We've been able to do the same thing in St. Kitts. I don't have a picture of the office in St. Kitts, but that's operated by JadCash, Alex Strawn. He was...
Yes, we interviewed him. Yeah,
he was on a few months ago, I believe. We also have an office in Jamaica, operated by SmartTerm. They had done training in Antigua a few years ago, and we wanted to strengthen our partnership with them. That's their office on screen. So persons can go there, get more information, pay. We have the office in Antigua. That's on the corner of Temple and Nevis Street. Same thing. That's operated by Clark & Clark Law Firm. And then what we're doing as of recently is we're hoping to open an office in Harvard Square, Boston, Massachusetts.
Talk us through that, because that's landmark.
Yeah, it is a landmark. So that's 33 Church Avenue. Over the past few months, I've been traveling. So went up to Boston, met John for the first time. We were working with a company, are working with a company called Peer 24. They want to increase accessibility for mental health education. So their plan is, instead of persons paying a lot of money to get a therapist, they want to make college students peer support specialists. The training is free. They've been doing it through our platform in Delaware. It was a success with 60 students. So now they are partnering with Harvard, MIT, and Boston University to get some of their students. And they're using our platform. And they've just been very pleased with how it operates, how easy it is for the students and the teachers that they have. So they said, you know what, we're opening up an office in Harvard Square because those universities are so close together, it makes sense. So we figured, okay, we'll open it with you, and we can use that office as an operating center for the response to intervention training that a former Harvard instructor helped me create. So we can then publish that and teach the instructors in those universities.
Any of the plans, I mean, I know it's early, any of the plans to get into more Ivy League schools, perhaps? Harvard is a start.
Yeah, Harvard is a start. I think Harvard is a really good start.
Yeah, it is. It's like the elite.
It's a really good start, yeah. So it's really exciting.
All right. So coming back home now, because you've been talking about bridging learning gaps. There's something big on the educational lands scene now, where we're talking about summer school now. We're talking about bridging those learning divides for those students who didn't have access to maybe devices or access to online, remote learning when they were out of school. How are teachers, and speak specifically to this, how are teachers or perhaps parents able to help the children now using what services you have to offer?
Yeah, so using our services, especially the group tutoring that we have, the parents is always in the loop. Whenever a class is held, we have recordings of each class. So the parent then gets to rewatch if they want. They can rewatch the class, see what happened, see what their child may have struggled on. It's much easier online for the teachers to communicate with the parents, which is great. That fills that gap of the parent being left out, which may be the case in certain scenarios. So that's also really good because then the parent can step in, they know exactly what to do, and they get value for their money if they're paying for a private session or a group session with us. So we've been able to see instances like that and students feeling much more confident during their exams, especially since the parents know exactly how to help them.
Are costs prohibitive? How much money are we talking about here?
For the group sessions, it's $25 a month. And you get one session a week, it's recorded. For the private sessions, it's $65. Yeah, it's $65 a month, one session a week. You choose what time and what day. And of course, if you miss the session, you can always reschedule. Right? There's no fee for missing your classes. And of course, there's that communication with the student and the parents for the private sessions. So, and we've been able to see that it works. I know an hour doesn't seem like much, but especially considering that students have short attention spans, most of them do, the hour fits just perfectly.
Now, your office is located locally on Temple and Nevis Streets, but in terms of numbers, how can people get in touch with you or your office?
Sure. So the number to get in touch with us here locally is 720-6286. You can call, get some more information, see what subjects you'd like to enroll your child for. Enrollment period for the private sessions actually ends next week, Tuesday, so I think people have quite a bit of time to enroll. And the classes start during summer. It's going all throughout the school year.
Excellent. All right, Trevaun, that's all the time we have for this morning. But thanks so much for joining us as usual. Congrats on your expansion. I mean, from growing from a local one-man business to launching out into the region and now to Harvard. I mean, come on, that's really, really commendable. So congratulations and all the best with that. And I know a lot of parents are going to be taking advantage of the opportunity. It's a summer period, a time when we're talking about recouping what would have been lost from previous sessions, previous terms. Your students would have missed out. So I'm really glad that you've launched this, glad that it's a success. We wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you.
All right. So Trevaun Solomon was our first guest in studio this morning, talking about Project Jaguar, what they have to offer, and expanding throughout the region and now into the United States as well. The deadline to register for classes next week Tuesday, so make sure you give them a call. 720-6286, is that right? All right, yeah, I remember that. All right, so take care. We will be back after this. We'll have Shanakisha Francis to help bring us the headline stories of the morning, and then we'll introduce Stephen Grinnell to you as we go forward to the second hour of this morning's show. Take care.